Your body holds secrets your conscious mind can't even imagine. 12 specific points, from the sacrum to the jaw, function as invisible prisons where every trauma, every unprocessed pain, every silenced scream has crystallized into an energetic knot. You feel the consequences every day. That inexplicable back pain no doctor can diagnose, the anxiety that tightens your chest for no apparent reason, the feeling of always being stuck, as if an invisible force prevents you from moving forward in life. What you are about to discover now is something the Max Planck Institute proved in 2022, and that ancient traditions have known for millennia. The solution to your freedom is not in any pill, any therapist, any guru. It is literally within you, waiting to be activated. If you've made it this far, if this video appeared to you today, it's no coincidence. It's time for you to finally release what's trapped and let life flow again. Like this now, to anchor that intention of transformation. Let's start with a truth. That can change everything. The Max Planck Institute has demonstrated in recent research that chronic stress alters our epigenetic structure, creating muscle tensions that persist even when the original danger has passed. Princeton University went further and explored how consciousness impacts the molecular structure of the body at a quantum level. But what does this mean for you in practice? It means that feeling of weight on your shoulders isn't just a metaphor, it's a measurable energetic reality. Your body is like a powerful river, originating in the sacrum and flowing to the jaw, carrying the vital energy that animates every cell, every thought, every action of yours. But along this river, traumas have created invisible dams, energetic knots that hold back the flow and create whirlpools of stagnation. The rigidity that traps your prosperity begins in the sacrum. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to magnetize abundance while others, perhaps yourself, work tirelessly but remain stuck in the same place? It's not about deserving, it's about flow. When the sacrum knot is active, you carry a subconscious message of scarcity that permeates every decision, every movement you make in the world. Think about that feeling of discomfort when someone talks about money. That subtle tightness in your lower back when you need to charge for your work. That inner voice whispering that it will never be enough, no matter how hard you try. This knot likely formed in childhood, when you absorbed limiting beliefs about security and survival that circulated in your family environment. Perhaps you heard phrases like, "Money doesn't grow on trees" or "life is hard," repeated like mantras of limitation. These words didn't just enter through your ears. They lodged in your sacrum, creating an energetic contraction that still sabotages your prosperity. Today, breathe deeply now. Feel the air descending to the base of your spine. Visualize a golden light pulsing in that area, slowly dissolving this ancient dam. You don't need to know exactly when or how this knot formed. You just need to allow it to unravel. Comment the word flow if you are feeling this energy begin to move. The invisible weight you carry on your back isn't responsibility, it's frozen trauma. How many times have you woken up with back pain that no new pillow, no orthopedic mattress can solve? This region between the sacrum and the solar plexus holds the knot of ancestral guilt. You are carrying not only your own pains, but the unprocessed pains of previous generations. Epigenetic science now confirms what shamans have always known. Traumas can be biologically inherited. That grandmother who lost everything in the war, that grandfather who worked to exhaustion to survive. These memories are encoded in your DNA and manifest as chronic tension in your back. You feel as if you need to carry the world on your shoulders because, energetically, that's exactly what you are doing. But let me tell you a secret. You are not responsible for healing the past of your lineage. You are only responsible for releasing these knots from your own body. And by doing so, you free not only yourself, but the entire ancestral chain. Imagine now that river we talked about. At this point in your back, the water is turbulent, full of debris from the past. Breathe deeply, and imagine these waters calming, the debris being carried away by the current, leaving only crystal clear water flowing smoothly. Each exhalation releases a little more of this ancient burden. You don't need to know whose pain it was. You just need to let it go. The solar plexus knot is where your personal power was hijacked. Do you know that feeling of wanting to move forward, but feeling an invisible force pulling you back? as if there's an energetic elastic band keeping you stuck in the same place. This is the blocked personal power knot, located exactly at the pit of your stomach. Every time you were silenced as a child, every time you were told you weren't capable, every time you swallowed your anger to keep the peace, all of this created an energetic tangle in this region that today manifests as procrastination, self-sabotage, and that frustrating feeling of knowing what you need to do but simply not being able to. Think about that project you've been putting off for months, that difficult conversation you're avoiding, that important decision you can't make. It's not weakness. It's an energetic knot preventing the flow of your personal power. Stephen Porges' polyvagal theory explains that when we face threats we can neither fight nor flee from, our nervous system creates freeze zones. Your solar plexus may have been frozen for decades, waiting for a signal of safety to thaw. Place your hand on this region now. Feel the warmth of your palm penetrating deeply. Imagine a golden sun shining inside your abdomen, melting the ancient ice, restoring the flow of power that has always been rightfully yours. When the knot unravels, life rebuilds itself. Subscribe to the channel if you are ready to reclaim your power. The prison of the heart that prevents you from loving and being fully loved. In the center of the chest, where the energetic heart pulses, lies one of the most complex and painful knots. Here reside all the times you loved and were not reciprocated. All the betrayals, abandonments, rejections. But also, and this is crucial to understand, here is trapped all the love you did not allow yourself to receive. Have you ever noticed how it's easier to give than to receive? How a sincere compliment can make you uncomfortable? How true intimacy can feel threatening? This is no coincidence. It's the heart knot creating an invisible armor that prevents both the outflow and inflow of genuine love. Yoga traditions speak of the heart chakra as the balancing point between heaven and earth, between the material and the spiritual. When this center is blocked, you live a half-life. You may have professional success, but feel empty. You may be surrounded by people, but feel profoundly alone. The river of life at this point encounters its cruelest dam, because it is here that the water should flow most strongly, nourishing everything around it. Breathe deeply now and feel your chest expand. Don't force it, just allow it. With each inhalation, imagine the walls of this dam gently dissolving. With each exhalation, release a little of the old pain you have held for so long. You don't need to forgive anyone yet. You just need to allow your heart to breathe again. The unspoken words that poison your throat. Do you feel a lump in your throat when you need to say something important? That suffocating feeling when you need to express your true feelings. This is the blocked expression knot, and it is one of the most common in our society that values polite silence over authentic truth. Every time you said yes when you wanted to say no, every time you swallowed your words to avoid conflict, every time you didn't stand up for yourself or your values, all of this created a dense, energetic mass in your throat that today manifests as difficulty communicating, fear of public speaking, or even chronic thyroid problems. The throat is literally the channel between your inner world and the outer world. When this channel is obstructed, you live a life of half-truths and distorted communications. Think of how many times you wanted to say, "I love you," but the words got stuck. How many times you needed to set a boundary but couldn't. How many times your truth was trapped behind a forced smile. The river of life, as it passes through the throat, should sound like a song. But with this knot, it merely gurgles, choked and distorted. Make a sound now, any sound. A sigh, a moan, a prolonged ah. Feel the vibration in your throat. This vibration is medicine. It breaks down the crystallized structures of forced silence. Continue making soft sounds while gently massaging the sides of your neck. You are literally undoing years of imposed silence. The clenched jaw that holds all your unexpressed anger. Do you grind your teeth at night? Wake up with a sore jaw? Feel constant tension in this area? The jaw is where we hold our ability to bite, to defend ourselves, to show our teeth when necessary. But it is also where we repress our natural aggression when it is not socially accepted. Every time you wanted to scream but held back. Every time you wanted to confront someone but chose superficial peace. Every time you literally bit your tongue to avoid saying what you thought. All of this created chronic tension in your jaw that is not just physical, it's energetic. This is the last knot on our journey from the sacrum to the jaw, but it is no less important. In fact, a clenched jaw prevents all the energy released from the other knots from finding its final expression. In the world, it's as if the river finally flows freely but encounters one last dam at its mouth, preventing its waters from reaching the ocean. Do you see how everything is connected? From the sacrum to the jaw, each knot influences the other, creating a complex network of blockages that keeps you stuck in patterns that no longer serve you. But here's the good news. When you start to release one knot, all the others begin to loosen as well. It's an energetic domino effect. Open and close your mouth gently now. Move your jaw from side to side. Feel the accumulated tension. Now relax completely, leaving your mouth slightly open, your tongue loose on the roof of your mouth. Breathe through your mouth for a few moments, allowing the air to flow freely. From the sacrum to the jaw, freedom blossoms. Now that you understand where your knots are, let's move on to the method of release. There are 3 simple yet deeply transformative steps you can apply immediately. The first step is to accept the presence of the knot without judgment. This may seem counterintuitive, but resistance is what keeps the knot tight. When you accept that it's there, that it served a protective function at some point in your life, you stop fighting against it, and this acceptance alone begins to loosen the tension. Imagine finding a scared child hidden in a dark corner. You don't yell at them to come out. You gently approach, acknowledge their fear, validate their experience. This is exactly what you do with your energetic knots. You recognize that the knot in your sacrum was trying to protect you from scarcity, that the knot in your heart was trying to protect you from being hurt again, that the knot in your throat was trying to keep you safe in an environment where expressing yourself was dangerous. Take a deep breath and mentally thank each knot for trying to protect you. Yes, thank them. This gratitude completely changes the energetic frequency and initiates the process of release. The second step is to extract the hidden gift within each knot. Every trauma, every pain, every blockage carries within it a wisdom, a gift that can only be accessed when you stop seeing the knot as an enemy and start seeing it as a teacher. The sacrum knot taught you about the value of security. Now you can choose to create security from the inside out. The heart knot taught you about the importance of protecting your vulnerability. Now you can choose when and with whom to be vulnerable. The throat knot taught you about the power of words. Now you can choose your words wisely. To extract this gift, place your hand over the area of the knot and silently ask what wisdom it holds for you. Don't force an answer, just be receptive. The answer may come as a sensation, a memory, a word, or simply a sudden knowing. When you find the gift, the knot loses its reason for being and naturally begins to dissolve. The third step is to redirect the focus of the released energy. When a knot unravels, a significant amount of energy that was trapped is suddenly released. If you don't consciously direct this energy, it can create anxiety or agitation. It's like when a dam is removed and the water flows with renewed force. You need to create channels for this water to flow productively. Visualize this released energy flowing from the knot point throughout your entire body, nourishing every cell, every organ, every system. Then visualize this energy expanding beyond your physical body, creating a field of possibilities around you. This energy is now available for you to create, to love, to express yourself, to prosper. Set a clear intention for what you want to. Create with this renewed energy. It could be a project, a relationship, a new version of yourself. The energy will follow your intention, like water follows the course of a river. Now let's integrate all of this into a practice you can do right now while watching this video. Close your eyes for a moment if it's safe to do so. Breathe deeply, 3 times, allowing each breath to take you deeper into your body. Begin by visualizing that river we talked about, originating in your sacrum. See the golden, luminous water trying to flow, but encountering the first dam. Don't force anything. Just observe. Place your hand over your sacrum and mentally say that you accept this knot, that you recognize its attempt to protect you, and that now you are safe to release it. Feel or imagine the dam gently dissolving, the water beginning to flow. Move your attention and your hand to your back, to your solar plexus, to your heart, to your throat, to your jaw, repeating the process at each point. Don't worry if you don't feel anything dramatic. The release of knots is usually subtle, like ice melting in the sun. You may not see the exact moment the ice turns to water, but you know it's happening. There is a truth that ancient spiritual traditions knew, and that quantum physics now confirms. You are not a solid, fixed being. You are energy in constant motion and transformation. Every cell in your body periodically renews itself. Every thought creates new neural connections. Every breath is an opportunity for rebirth. The knots you carry seem permanent, but they are just condensed energy that can be dissolved and reorganized. When you understand this deeply, not conceptually but somatically in your body, you realize that transformation is not just possible, it is inevitable. The question is not if you will free yourself from these knots, but when. And that when can be now at this very moment, if you choose. Feel your body right now. Notice the areas of tension and the areas of relaxation. Notice how your breathing has changed since the beginning of this video. Something is already moving, isn't it? This subtle movement is the beginning of a profound transformation. There are times when you may feel the knots tightening instead of loosening. This is normal and even expected. When you bring awareness to an old pattern, it may initially resist, like a child throwing a tantrum before finally calming down. If you feel this happening, don't panic. Breathe deeper. Move your body gently, dance if necessary. Physical movement helps stagnant energy flow. Remember that you are not alone on this journey. Millions of people around the world are going through the same process of awakening, of release, of remembering who they truly are beyond traumas and conditioning. Every time you release one of your knots, you facilitate collective release. Your individual body is part of the collective body of humanity. Your healing is our healing. I want to share something that can change your perspective on this whole process. The knots are not punishments, they are not signs of weakness or failure. They are marks of your humanity, evidence that you have lived, felt, experienced. Each knot tells a story of survival, adaptation, resilience. The problem is not having knots. The problem is letting them run your life. When you take conscious control of the release process, you become the author of your own transformation story. You are no longer a victim of your traumas. You are the hero who transcends them. Think of all the times you overcame challenges that seemed impossible. All the times you found strength when you thought you had none left. That same strength, that same resilience is available now to release these knots. You already have everything you need. Untie the knot, free the flow. The journey from the sacrum to the jaw is also a journey from earth to sky, from the material to the spiritual, from the dense to the subtle. Every knot you release lifts you a little higher, makes you a little lighter, a little freer. Imagine what your life will be like when these 12 knots are completely dissolved. Imagine waking up without pain, without weight, without that constant feeling of carrying the world on your shoulders. Imagine being able to express yourself freely, to love without fear, to create without blockages, to prosper without guilt. This is not a fantasy. It is your natural state. It is who you are when you remove the dams that prevent your river from flowing. Comment now a word that represents what you most wish to release. It can be fear, anger, sadness, guilt, shame, anything. By naming it, you are already initiating the release process. I will tell you a final secret that can exponentially accelerate this entire process. The release of knots does not happen only at the individual level. It happens in the quantum field, in the invisible space that connects all of us. When you consciously work on your knots, you create waves of possibility that affect everyone around you. Your family, even without knowing it, begins to benefit from your release. Your ancestors, in some mysterious way that science does not yet fully understand, find peace. Your descendants, born or yet to be born, inherit a cleaner energetic field. You are not doing this only for yourself. You are doing this for all of us. Every knot you undo is a gift to the collective. Every release of yours facilitates the release of someone somewhere in the world. As we reach the end of this journey, I want you to feel in your body what has already changed. Perhaps it's subtle, perhaps it's obvious, but something has changed. The simple awareness of the knots has already begun their dissolution. The river is already flowing a little freer. The water is already a little clearer. You don't need to be perfect in this process. You don't need to release all the knots today. This is a gentle, compassionate process that respects your rhythm, your capacity, your readiness. Some knots will dissolve quickly. Others will need more time and attention. Trust the process. Trust your body. It knows how to heal itself. It always has. You are just remembering, reactivating this ancient wisdom that was dormant. In the coming days, you may experience vivid dreams, forgotten memories emerging, unexpected emotions surfacing. This is good. It's a sign that the process is working. The dams are dissolving and the water is finding new paths. Allow everything to flow. Don't try to control or understand everything rationally. Your body has its own intelligence, much older and wiser than your conscious mind. When you trust this somatic intelligence, miracles happen. Chronic pains disappear. Destructive patterns dissolve. New possibilities emerge. You become who you were always meant to be. Before we say goodbye, let's anchor all of this with a final practice. Place one hand on your sacrum and the other on your jaw. Feel the connection between these 2 points, the beginning and the end of the river. Breathe deeply and imagine a current of golden light flowing from the sacrum to the jaw, passing through all the points we explored. With each breath, this light becomes brighter, stronger, dissolving any resistance in its path. Now, mentally or out loud, say these powerful words that are both a declaration and an invocation of your healing power. I release what no longer serves me. I allow life to flow through me. I am the river and I am the ocean. I am free. From the sacrum to the jaw, freedom blossoms in me. This is not the end. It is the beginning. The beginning of a life where you are no longer a hostage to your traumas, where you are no longer a prisoner of your knots, where you are free to flow, create, love, prosper. Everything you need is already within you. The 12 knots from the sacrum to the jaw are not curses. They are portals of transformation waiting to be opened. And now you have the key. Use it. Your whole life is waiting on the other side of these knots. If this video resonated with you, if you felt something move in your body while watching, subscribe to the channel now. Share in the comments which knot you felt most present in your life. Your courage to share can inspire others to begin their own journey of liberation. Like this video so more people can access this transformative information. And always remember that when the knot unravels, life rebuilds itself. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest who you are. And who you are, in your deepest essence, beyond all knots and traumas, is pure, free, and creative consciousness. It's time to remember. It's time to release. It's time to flow. From the sacrum to the jaw, your freedom begins now.